Archibald of Soundlink Magazine with
Evan Konard. How's it going?
How you doing? How about you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into music?
Oh man, well, I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I've been doing music one way or another most of my life. I started by taking piano lessons when I was 4. I really wanted to play drums, but my family was like, oh, you got to learn this instrument first so you can understand the musicality of everything, and then you can start hitting stuff. So I did that and forgot all of it, and then went to drums, and then I couldn't find anyone to play with, really, when I was younger, so I picked up the guitar, and writing kind of just came from there, and now, you know, here we are.
Nice. Being a multi-instrumentalist,
yeah.
You know, I heard you were also a bit of a gearhead too.
A little bit.
Yes. So what's your favorite instrument to compose on, and like what gear are you using?
Well, right now I'm using a Fender Mustang, but I put in some Fralin noiseless pickups. They're called Switchblades. They're the blues model. They sound really good.
Excellent.
Highly recommend them. And I'm using a little Line 6 HX Stomp for everything. So we don't have amps. My guitar player uses James. He uses one too. We just thought it would cut back on all the, you know, stress of trying to set up and down on festivals. And especially when we're opening on this tour, so
plus
it's like
traveling and stuff. The weight.
So it's been, thank you Line 6. It's been a beautiful thing, and that's kind of it for my rig right now. And my favorite thing to write on, I love writing on the piano. I think that you can really explore the full composition on the piano, you know? You can really get an idea of the rhythm and you know, where things might sit. So I would say, yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Awesome. And you mentioned about your parents getting you into, you know, learning guitar and drums and such.
Yeah.
So when you were learning, were you self-taught or did you take lessons?
I took a little bit of piano lessons, a little bit of drum lessons, and some vocal lessons when I was in my teens, just to make sure I wouldn't pop anything technique-wise. And then guitar I just picked up, basically, that one, and then obviously all the computer stuff I taught myself, like engineering and production I taught myself too, and just learning through friends, and you know, you pick things up. I think once you've kind of got a basis for music, it's a lot easier to jump in than it would be like, I don't think I would have been able to do it without all the piano background and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw your Spotify, you got 2 singles on there.
That's
Are
correct.
you currently working on a full-length album?
Well, it's the EP that I have coming out in late fall. It's done, but it's not out yet. We're just starting the rollout. So those 2 songs will be on it, plus a few more that I'm very proud of. And that'll be coming out, I would say, late fall.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what can like the listeners expect on it? Is it going to be like kind of the same vibe, or are you going to kind of mix it up on them a little bit?
It's definitely mixed up. It's going to go further in every direction. So it's going to get heavier and it's going to get softer, and it's a ride. I tried to make it a piece, so once you start it, you don't finish it until it's done. And all the songs connect.
It can be a nice like start, play to the end, listen through.
I'm trying to encourage your focused attention, give you an experience, you know?
Nice. I also saw today you kicked off your set with a really stunning tribute to Chris Cornell.
Thank you.
What sparked the idea to do the tribute today, man?
I love the song. I grew up listening to it. His voice and his melodies have always been a huge inspiration for me, and as a lot of you might know, like, we lost him 2 years ago today, so it just felt very appropriate being at Sonic Temple, you know. I just felt like it was the best way to start the day.
It was perfect. Honestly, it was a great mood to start the day off.
What a beautiful song, too.
Yes, very beautiful rendition.
Thank you.
Being a Canadian native, and you said today was your first day in Ohio, how are you liking the scene? How's everybody treating you?
It's great, man. Everyone's been so nice here. The crew and the bands and everyone we've met has just been so welcoming and warm. So
that's awesome.
Thank you.
A couple festival questions. Festivals can become somewhat overwhelming.
Yeah.
What, in your opinion, would be like an essential item for you to bring with you to a festival?
Right now, that pedal I mentioned. Just lessen your gear, bring less amps, and think outside the box, you know?
Nice.
Be creative with your setup, and talk to your bandmates and whoever's helping you on your crew, and just make sure, and the backline guys too, like, just make sure everyone's in constant communication. everyone's there to make sure you have a great set, you know?
Excellent.
So just communicate. Yeah.
Excellent. Is there any acts you want to see today, man? You know, great festival like this, there's all kinds of different genres.
I think they're on right now. I really wanted to see Architects.
Architects is coming up real shortly.
Real shortly, yeah.
Once we wrap this up, you can probably
might catch a bit.
Yeah.
But their setup looks crazy.
Nice.
I can't wait.
Prior to getting up on stage, do you have any kind of vocal techniques or warm-ups that you happen to want to do before being on stage? Or
if there's time, yeah. It's like, for instance, today I literally just got up there and went for it. But I like a little throat coat tea and maybe just like 15 minutes quiet. But honestly, man, I'm ready to go usually all the time. Those are just icing on the cake, you know?
That's excellent.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
What's up next for you guys after the show?
After the show, well, I'm heading back to Vancouver to start recording some more stuff. We're going to work on the live show a bit. We've got a couple of showcases coming up in June. I don't know how public those are, but we'll be playing LA and New York. And then I'll be back to do more recording, and then we're going to try to... I can't say anything yet, but we're looking to get a tour for the summer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then Lollapalooza in August. We got Aftershock in October. So the year's filling up slowly.
Yeah.
Just trying to hang on.
Well, hopefully he comes back around, man. I get to catch it again. If somebody wanted to follow you online, where can we find you? Like, best place on social media, and if you have merchandise, like where they could go and find you.
No merch yet, but everything will be at evankonrad.com. And you can check out Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, iTunes, wherever you get your stuff, YouTube, I'm there. Just Google Evan Konrad, it'll show up.
Nice.
Have a listen. I'd love that.
Anything else you want to add?
Man, thanks for being so nice and having me here.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.